Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are going to start the new topic, that is mediators of inflammation. Chemical mediators may be produced locally at the site of inflammation or may be derived from circulating inactive precursors that are activated at the site of inflammation. For example, histamine, and it also includes the plasma protein that are inactive, but after cleavage they are converted into active form. Most mediators act by binding to specific receptors on different target cells. Actions are tightly regulated and short-lived. They either decay, for example, arachidonic acid metabolites, inactivated by enzymes, eliminated or inhibited, for example, complement regulatory proteins that block the complement activation. So these are the mediators of inflammation. You can see they're cell-derived as well as plasma protein-derived. Histamine and serotonin are vasoactive amines, and newly synthesized are also shown. Plasma protein-derived, that is complement activation and factor 12 activation, you can see them. Let's talk about the chemical mediators. First, we are going to talk about cell-derived mediators. Then we are going to discuss plasma protein-derived in next video. Cell-derived mediators include the first category, that is vasoactive amine. It includes histamine, that is secreted from mast cell, basophil and platelet and released in response to injury, immune system, C3 and C5a, leukocyte-derived histamine-releasing protein and neuropeptide. Uses of histamine are arteriolar dilation and increased vascular permeability. Serotonin is released during platelet aggregation and produced in neurons and enterochromaffin cell. Use is vasoconstriction. Since we are done with vasoactive amine, let's move toward the second category, that is arachidonic acid metabolite. They are four: prostaglandin and thromboxane, leukotrienes and lipoxin. Prostaglandin and thromboxane, they are arachidonic acid metabolite that is derived from eicosanoate. Eicosanoate is 20-carbon fatty acid. Leukocyte, platelet, mast cell, endothelial cells are the major sources of arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid is a component of cell membrane phospholipid. It follows two pathways, cyclooxygenase pathway and lipoxygenase pathway. So through cyclooxygenase pathway, prostaglandin and thromboxane are produced. Prostaglandin causes vasodilation while thromboxane causes vasoconstriction. And from lipoxygenase pathway, lipoxin and leukotrienes are produced. So leukotrienes are produced by 5-lipoxygenase, that is the major arachidonic acid metabolizing enzyme in neutrophil, and lipoxins are anti-inflammatory and they inhibit the neutrophil addition in chemotaxis. The third mediator is platelet activating factor. They aggregate the platelet and stimulate the synthesis of eicosanoate and cytokines. Then let's talk about cytokines. They are the mediator of inflammation and immune response. Earliest immune response, for example, tumor necrosis factor and interleukin 1. They will increase the leukocyte binding. Recruitment of leukocyte is seen and enhance the production of additional cytokines. They may induce the systemic acute phase reaction. Let's talk about the chemokines now. They are the small structurally related protein that act as chemoattractant for different subsets of leukocyte. They are having two functions: to recreate the leukocyte and control the normal anatomic organization of cells in lymphoid and other tissue. They also activate the leukocyte. So chemokine mediate their activities by binding to specific G protein coupled receptor on target cell that are called CXCR4 and CCR5. And they are further classified into four groups. Two major groups are CXC and CC chemokines. So CXC chemokines involve the interleukin 8 and CC chemokines include the MCP1 eotoxin. Let's move to a reactive oxygen species. They are synthesized via NADPH oxidase pathway, released from neutrophils and macrophages, and they are produced within the lysosome. They function to destroy phagocytosis microbe and necrotic cell. At low level, they will increase the chemokine, cytokine, and addition molecule expression, while at higher level, they are having several mechanisms, for example, endothelial damage, protease activation and antiprotease activation, and direct injury to other cell types. Nitric oxide is short-lived, soluble, free radical gas produced by many cell types. Okay, nitric oxide is important. Let me discuss it. It mediates variety of functions. In CNS, it acts as neurotransmitter. In macrophages, it acts as cytotoxic agent, and in endothelial cell, it relaxes the vascular smooth muscle and causes vasodilation. Three isoforms are seen. Type 1 is neuronal, type 2 is inducible, and type 3 is endothelial nitric oxide. And role is in inflammation, including vasodilation, antagonism of all stages of platelet activation, and reduction of leukocyte recruitment at inflammatory site. Then come the lysosomal enzyme of leukocyte. They involve the acid protease and neutral protease. Neutral protease can generate C3A and C5A, generate the bradykinin-like peptides from kininogen, and damaging effect of lysosomal enzyme are limited by antiprotease that is present in plasma and tissue fluid. It is of alpha-1 antitrypsin and alpha-2 microglobulin. So deficiency of alpha-1 antitrypsin can lead to panacenar emphysema. Neuropeptides, they are vasoactive amines and they are prominent in lung and GIT. They also transmit the pain signals. This was the lipoxygenase pathway and cyclooxygenase pathway. Okay, while talking about the arachidonic acid metabolites, I mentioned the eicosanoid. So these are the different eicosanoid: vasodilation performed by prostaglandin, vasoconstriction by thromboxane, increased vascular permeability by leukotriene C4D4E4, and chemotaxis and leukocyte addition by leukotriene B4. This is nitric oxide. I told you that it is short-lived soluble and it is produced by many cell types. And then it is having many roles in inflammation, including the vasodilation, as you can see. And I told you that it do the antagonism of all stages of platelet activation. So you can see that it reduces the leukocyte recruitment at inflammatory site. It reduces the leukocyte addition too. Role of cytokines, you can see. Tumor necrosis factor and interleukin 1 are there that are produced by activated macrophages, mast cell, endothelial cell, and some other cell type. And they increase the leukocyte binding, recruitment. And tumor necrosis factor and interleukin 1, you can see that they are enhancing the production of additional cytokine. Okay, this is a whole summary of the cell-derived mediator. Since we have discussed them all: histamine, serotonin, prostaglandin, leukotriene, platelet activating factor, reactive oxygen species, nitric oxide, cytokines, and chemokine. This is taken from Robin, so do give it a read over there. This would be helpful as a summary. Okay, these are few of the cytokines discussed. That's tumor necrosis factor and interleukin 1. Their role in acute inflammation. Then in chronic inflammation, interferon gamma is discussed. That source is T lymphocyte, natural killer cell. And as I told you, interferon gamma is a potent activator of macrophages. Interleukin 12 and interleukin 17 are also involved in chronic inflammation. They increase the production of interferon gamma, and interleukin 17 do the recruitment of neutrophils and monocytes. So that's all.